New Mexico, the land of enchantment, is a place that should be admired by anybody who visits, resides, and loves it. It's in its name. But due to statistically challenging factors, New Mexico is looked down upon nationwide. The lack of nationwide recognition causes the state to lose any chance of large companies, businesses, food chains, and department stores, which has a direct impact on our economy. There is an obvious problem, and in this video, I will address an example of how the problem has affected our community and steps that not only lawmakers can make, but our entire community can make in order to benefit our local statewide economy, attract those large companies, and give them an interest into expanding into our great state, the land of enchantment. To discuss and give an example of a company that has turned a blind eye towards New Mexico on purpose, I decided to focus on the company In-N-Out Burger. In-N-Out Burger is a nationally renowned restaurant chain located throughout the southwestern United States. For years, residents of New Mexico have dreamt of being able to avoid driving hours away in order to enjoy one of America's most iconic food chains. Throughout the year, New Mexico gains attention to events such as the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta, and the tax revenue that they make is plenty. New Mexico is also known for hosting events like the Gathering of Nations. When people visit New Mexico as tourists, they expect to be able to enjoy things that their state doesn't have, national chains, whether it be food or stores. Community members have been trying to advocate it for years. From Facebook pages to constant news articles published by our local media, it is a topic that has widely been discussed. According to the company, In-N-Out is known by their slogan, "Quality you can taste," and that is what they indeed want to make sure happens when they expand. They make all their food with fresh meat, vegetables, and have distribution centers within driving distance to all of their stores. A few years ago, the company announced the expansion into Colorado, and that got many New Mexicans talking. Shockingly, they had also announced that they would be building a distribution center in Colorado Springs, about a 7-hour drive from here in Albuquerque. So people began to wonder, why and how does every single neighboring state to New Mexico have In-N-Out Burger, yet we're still forgotten about? The announcement was made in 2018, and the distribution center has since opened in 2020. Since the announcement in 2018, In-N-Out now owns and operates 6 stores throughout the state of Colorado. Not only is this frustrating to New Mexicans, but it is frustrating to anyone wanting to come to New Mexico from somewhere that has In-N-Out but can't eat it. This has led to the overall question of, after all of this, why not New Mexico? There are many factors that could be completely attributed to why New Mexico hasn't seen efficient economic growth. From crime to low economic standings, New Mexico sits at the bottom of the list on both of those issues. We are completely perceived by the judgment on the problems, rather than the lifestyle of average New Mexicans. New Mexico is also known nationwide as a poverty-struck state, and being so poor gives companies the idea that their businesses cannot efficiently achieve within the state. Many companies have arrived and done business here in New Mexico perfectly fine. Facebook, for example, opened their big data center campus in Las Lunas a few years ago, which brought hundreds of jobs to our community and positively impacted our economy. Netflix made the move into the state as well, and now countless hits and films have brought the positive attention to the state, boosted our film industry, and we are now known as Tamalewood, according to DailyMail.com. Crime is viewed in the state as one of the worst crises that we have to deal with. Nobody is attracted to one of the most dangerous states on the map. I don't believe that it is something that companies can look past, due to the importance of making sure that an area they may expand into is a safe and well cared for one. The fact that there has been a homicide every day here in the biggest city and the most well-known one is not a good attractant. Sure, crime plagues every single city and state within the United States, but due to the number of problems that are reported in New Mexico, it is a bad taste to thriving companies. I believe that there is enough work that can be done not only to impact the community as a whole, but as a nationwide change of view as well. If we want to achieve the change that the state so desperately needs, we have to advocate the issues directly to our local lawmakers. They are ultimately the ones who have the large voice of the people. That is why we vote to elect them, right? From the city level all the way up to the state level, they all have their own ways of change. Albuquerque itself has a great city council. It just isn't utilized the way that it should be. Our local leadership could improve so much if only our leaders started focusing on the problems affecting the community instead of the problems that provide them a political gain within their respective parties. It's an issue we've seen a lot of recently, and it will not bring effective change. I made a public advocacy video that people who support the cause of bringing change in order to have a better lifestyle and a thriving lifestyle would be attracted to, because I thought it would be a great way of conveying info directly towards them. I also think that a social media campaign would be very effective, considering some of our community uses social media as a crucial element of their everyday lives already. The more a message bringing about change gets spread throughout our community, the more of a chance it will have of becoming a reality. Overall, our economy can thrive in ways that we have all dreamed and aspired to achieve if we can get an overall consensus of the positive change. It would be changing policies in order to fight crime. There may be people that would oppose this view, but to those people, I would say that the data and statistics speak for themselves. Pitching to our local lawmakers the benefits of having the things we don't have will give them a reason to think about and change policies in order to fully succeed the potential economic growth these companies can bring to the state. Promoting our state for what it is known for, proud of, and the positive impact it can give these companies is essential, and it is being done through commercials and advertisement at airports, which is why we are seeing more and more companies move into the state. We must appeal to more than just technical companies, and by making a way for change, I believe more and more positive change and impacts will come to New Mexico, and we will be a state that is proud of our culture, lifestyle, and leisure.